It's chilly this morning. It is September. I'm gonna have to retire this quilt and start bringing my heavy bag out again. My backpack's gonna start getting a little heavier, that's for sure. The lightweight setup doesn't quite work as well if it starts getting to like freezing overnight, right? Well, might be pretty chilly, but I can't complain about this, can I? Not one bit. Well, to me, this is a no-brainer. You can see it's frozen over from last night. It's got the best view, and it's probably going to be the first place to get hit by sun, so totally worth walking over here. Look at this. I don't think I've ever noticed this with the jet boil. So you got the, just a pocket rocket, and I mean, it's not as, like the jet boil is notorious for not wasting energy and fuel, right? But this thing, this nice little circle in the frost. Not right underneath though. It's kind of interesting. Well, had some tough moments this season, and there's still more season to come. This certainly is a cheers-worthy moment. That's an amazing view. It's a nice day. I'm out of September, right? Always a blessing. I mean, that's one thing about the old days. There was bridges and there was wardens, but September wasn't a good time to go and hike backpack, right? Because, I mean, now global warming has made it a pretty decent backpack month, really. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit rambly. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Still really hot. Just hot enough I can still... Oh. That's the good stuff. This is kind of a fun game. Trying to cool off my oatmeal, so, let's make little patterns on the table. All right, doesn't take long. There. Could have my own Connect 4 board soon. The dumb things to do. Ways you entertain yourself in the backcountry, man. Ah. I only knew the words. I feel like singing the Lion King or on and a wing and a war noir. Ooh, yeah. It's starting to melt off my Connect 4 board. Oh, when the sun comes out on a cold morning, that is glorious. That is glorious. Sure doesn't take long, I swear to God. The temperature comes up 5 degrees. The moment that sun hits you, oh God. It is so nice. Such a difference. There's something to be said for September mornings. I mean, when you wake up out of your tent, I mean, hell, even in the summer, you'll be chased out of your tent sometimes by the heat. You go about your business, you get changed, and okay, time to go. When you wake up in the cold and you're really in type A fun, you're just kind of making your way around, trying to get some food into you, trying to warm up, and the sun comes out. It is glorious. It's not something you can get in the middle of summer, right? Unless you have some unseasonably cold day. It's in some ways, these are the best mornings. The mornings where you are just greeted by, you just slowly warm up and that sun hits you. That's a pretty indescribable feeling, when that sun hits you the first time. It is awesome. I remember one morning out on the Athabasca Pass Trail last year, and it was like September 28th, 29th, and the mist was floating over the Scott Flats, and you know, it was just something you just can't recreate. You can't make it up, you know. And the sun came out, and it was something, you know. Like, I don't remember. I was out there for 8 days, so that's 7 mornings. Specifically, I can remember the morning where I got chased out of the of Athabasca Pass campground by snow, and I remember that morning. And the other ones, I kind of don't, you know, I don't entirely remember them all that much, right? They don't stand out. Yeah. Well, time to say goodbye. This is one of the most beautiful spots I've ever spent at. I mean, I have a picnic table, and there's nobody here. I mean, usually when there's something like this, yeah, I mean, I certainly do not have it to myself. And I mean, it's 15 kilometers down what I gather is kind of a boring fire road, and people can do it on a bike. I mean, we'll figure that out by the end of this hike, but still, you know, it's if you just want an overnight, and there's even a nice little stroll to a waterfall you can go check out, this is a great spot to come check out. All right, these very uniquely designed sites. Most of them are designed in the shape of a house, which in the old days was what they used to carve in the trees to indicate that it was a good shelter area, right? That's kind of neat. I've never seen tent pads shaped like that before. I didn't count. There's at least 8 of them. Maybe there's more like 10. And they're big enough to double up. Like, there's tons of room here to camp. All right, well, I enjoyed my time. This guy is taken care of, as you can see, right? Someone has been out there here this year. There's no question about that. I'm all ready to go, except for when I get down to the creek down there, I want to put my knees in the water, which is, oh God, that's going to be cold, but you know, it'll make them feel a lot better for the 15-kilometer hike out of here. Oh, always painful, but it does help. It does help the rest of the day. Short-term pain for long-term gain. So, of course, this used to be a fire road, and I don't know when it was built, but I'm guessing there's been 3 or 4 bridges here over the years. And this massive piece, I saw there's a big piece of rebar sticking out over there. That's pretty normal stuff. But then as I'm doing this, I realized that right beside me there's a pile of nails, old nails. And then even down here, this is a nail sticking up. It's out of some piece of wood or something, and now it's been buried in the sand. Yeah, I'll be looking for stuff. I mean, that's how you keep yourself, oh, sun. That's how you keep yourself occupied on an old road, right? I mean, there could be car parts or whatever. Came here yesterday and checked this out. Trail looks okay from here anyway. Might be something I consider down the line. Can't say it's in the near future for me though. So far the road is exactly as easy as you would expect. On top of it being an old fire road, it's also downhill. I mean, can't really think of an easier walk out of here, really. Look at that. I think the national parks brought a quad up here. They are moving more and more and more away from horses. They'd rather use quads and helicopters, I swear. It's sad, you know, we're losing a part of again, you know, a part of our history. I mean, the old wardens, they used to come out on horses and they would live out here all winter. It was craziness. Yeah. Well, come across what I think was a fire break. I mean, everything's been cut, so I'm not going to say that this is an avalanche chute. All right. Might have started out that way, but now it's all cleared out. Things are coming along pretty quick. I think I'm already like 2.5 kilometers away from the campground. It's a rare view. I should be turning around sometimes. I don't think there's really much to see. I don't think I've missed anything, but also just kind of had my head down and going, right? Looking to the left and right to see if there's anything weird, but mostly, yeah. And since the river's, yeah, it's right here. It's a bit of a steep embankment here. Well, we got ourselves a washout. There's not going to be anything bad in front of me because they can still bring a quad down. So it does give a little view of the river though, which is kind of nice. Good spot for a break. Nice. One of the rare places it opens up a little bit. I'll get over there and see what I can spot of the mountains behind. That's it, eh? It's almost like kind of left the main mountains behind. Now it's almost like another section of foothills until you get like Golden, Invermere, the Bugaboos, that sort of thing, right? Glacier National Park. I don't know. But yeah, it's, around here it seems to be just half-size mountains with a lot of spruce trees. There we go. The problem is I didn't have any real height. So this road has got me climbing a little ways above the river. This is, I think it's Mount Allen or Mount Ennis. You can see a little something. I think this is basically the only switchback on trail. Quite nice. Someone actually put a bench here for me. I'll probably, it's pretty nice too, you know. And that's nice, but it's right in the sun and it's 12:30, so I don't want to hang out there too long. All right. So Float Creek is about 500 meters ahead. As many of you know, the backcountry is in decline. It has been for 25, even 30 years. And if you want to know about old stuff, you got to get your hands on some old guidebooks. And I have Don Beer's Wonders of Yoho book, which is all of Don Beer's books are fabulous. They're just, yeah, you can just feel his love for the backcountry pouring out of them. But point is, there's an old campground up at Float Creek. So, you know me, right? I got to go try and hunt that down. I wonder if they have actively removed things or if they just left it to rot. I mean, left it to rot is usually what I find, which means I can find an outhouse. And yeah, let's go check it out. Right down beside the river. That's kind of cool. Well, I have not crossed Float Creek yet, but here we go. Here's the trail going down. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is the campground. See what's down here. Not finding too much yet. This is the only thing resembling. Is this a rock ring? Sure looks like it to me. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that it is. Got some old marks on the tree here. Here you can, a little bit of access to the water. Let me put down my pack, I'll work my way over there. Well, this is cool. Just about to give up, and then I spotted a piece of wood with a nail in it. This would have been the bear hang, I'd say. Nice treated piece of wood. Maybe up in this thing. My nature has reclaimed this in a serious way. I wonder how long it's been shut down, because I can't find 10 spots or nothing. Obviously I found the bear hang, but I mean, that rock ring was super covered in moss. It really was. I thought that maybe some GDT hikers would have used this one, because it is only about 6 kilometers from fields. Maybe they don't want to stay in field. Maybe there's like basically nowhere to stay there. So I mean, those guys, they would be out of bed at 6 a.m. and they'd be in field at like 8 in the morning for breakfast, right? But I guess not. I basically see zero evidence. There's almost nowhere to set up a tent. So yeah. Just on my way out, check out this stump that has become like kind of a moss mushroom. Isn't that neat? Back on the road. Now I see there's a brown sign up here. What's that about? Wow, color me surprised. The brown sign says Float Creek Park. Huh. Looks pretty new too. How surprising. So they've actually cleared out a way to go down here. There's even a bench down here by the confluence. Color me surprised. I always say it, and it's always true. You never know what you're gonna find out in the backcountry. Like, did they actually designate a park out here in the middle of their national park? You would think that trees and mountains would stop surprising you after a while. But the things that humans do, the things that I find, yeah, still get surprised. Well, after the creek, I gotta climb a hill, but there is a reward. Some stuff I haven't really seen yet. You need that elevation so you can see above the creek valley, right? This here, I noticed that'd be Haskins Creek. Oh, even looking back, there's a little bit of stuff. All right. The fact that I passed Float Creek means I've already smashed off over 9 kilometers, so it's nice. Well, I just encountered an old guy on a bike, just out for a bike ride. First person I've seen since I left Helmet Creek. Nice to see someone using this, right? Looks like a great bike trail, so why the hell not? Phew. Thought I was done the climb the first time I turned on the camera, but I was wrong. Now it looks like I'm done. That's a good hill. Very nice shot of that guy. Nicely framed up. This thing's going back down like crazy. It's too bad. I was hoping I would get a nice view through the trees at some point before it went back down. All right, this is what they call Giddy Creek. It's small enough that it just goes into a culvert. Unless there's another branch of it over there. It does give a little opening though to actually See some mountains. And it's a nice little waypoint to use to pull myself along. And now from the other side. Not bad. All right, starting to get a bit of a viewpoint here. They're quite nice. There is supposed to be some hoodoos. Now, based on the fact that there's really not much to see on this trail, I think it'll be very hard to miss them. One book says that it's 2.8 kilometers away, and the other one says it's 2.3. I don't mean away from me, I mean away from the trailhead. So, in which case, in the next kilometer, I should be passing it. Wow, what a sweet little lookout. They even put a bench up for us. This is the hoodoos. Cool. It even says that there's like a bit of salt lick on the other side. You can actually watch the goats. Maybe this isn't the same place, I don't know. Cool. Walk over here, get the shot that way, have a look. Might as well sit down too, you know. Nice. This is probably the best view this way I've had the whole day. Very cool. This has definitely changed the last 20-30 years. So here, you can see there's a little, like the road actually goes down there, right? It swings around. You can see this little trail here that probably just hikers made. The trail goes off into nothing. Looks like there's a second one down there. So that's how much this bank has kind of moved. You can see there's trees that used to be growing right on the edge and they're kind of falling over. Yeah. So these hoodoos probably change a lot. They probably look different than they did 20 years ago. It's the only road sign I've seen of any kind. I mean, when did they use this design? It must have been a long time ago. Whoever installed the post in the ground deserves a pat on the back, assuming they're still alive. That thing's been standing a long time. Well, the trail comes right up alongside her. This is pretty cool. You can see this hasn't moved for a while because there's growth. I'm gonna walk along here and see if I can't find this salt lick. I don't even really know what one looks like. Not a natural one. And I've seen hot springs, but how do you see them from all the way across the valley? Can't see anything. If you wanted to, right here is a perfectly fine spot to go down to the river. Wouldn't be that hard. You'd certainly have your privacy if you wanted to camp down there. Ooh, not bad. I didn't even look back, really, but it's about a nicer shot as you're gonna get that way. I think that's Highway 1 over there, right here. I can hear it. I can hear train, all that sort of thing. Alrighty. Presuming that belongs to that guy on the bike. He's the only one I saw. Oh. Alrighty. Another one beat. All right, here we go. Highway 1 is not the best one to be hitchhiking on. It's got the most traffic, but they're also the most close-minded as far as picking up hitchhikers. One thing about hitchhiking is you got to give people an actual place to pull over. So I'm hiking down here, and then they should be able to pull over at my trailhead, right? Gives them a little time. They see my thumb, they see me, they make a decision.
You appreciate it. So
yeah.
And it's, you know, as long as I can have the time and the money.
Immediately, I was picked up immediately. Unbelievable. It is so cool. This one here, I mean, it's only like 10 minutes the ride, so yeah. Okay. There you go. That one took longer. That one probably took about 15 minutes. But here I am. Got her done. Two nice guys. I had a interesting conversation with both. Well, not a bad little trip. Goodsir Pass. Yeah. Helmet Creek, the trail up to Helmet Creek was pretty good. I mean, you know, I think honestly, getting up this morning and going and having breakfast with that wonderful view and everything, that was probably one of the highlights of the trip. It's not bad, you know, not bad at all. I mean, really, if you expect nothing to, that helps. And I really did kind of expect nothing, so. Anyway, get out there and hike.